Do you? I heard a point though, and I wonder how you feel. Like, do you think that this is the weakest division now that we've actually started, and now that you've seen after I know it's only 8 games, like we're under 10 for most teams, but
Right.
like realistically, we're getting close to 10 games in now. Like, do you actually feel that this is now the weakest
Like this,
division,
like that Rangers
top
division?
to bottom? No. Sorry, our division, the Toronto
Oh, I
division.
see what you mean. I think I think it's the most even, and I think that might be why people are under the impression that it's the weakest division. Because I like all these teams are the same and like they're playing each other really hard. But I think a lot of these teams would go out and compete against other teams. Like Winnipeg's near the top of our division because they have Connor Hellebuck and like he's dominating for them.
Oh, absolutely.
Montreal looks great all around. I mean, I've talked a lot of shit about Montreal, but they are on a heater right now, and they look
Carey
great. They
Price just
probably
is
Carey Price been
again
bad.
unreal,
Carey Price been
unreal.
bad, and they're still winning. Like that's a team that I think is competing against other teams in the league, not Canadian. Toronto, obviously, they're a good team. They have an incredible lineup. They're going to be doing this against other teams. And then, like, Vancouver sucks in their own division right now. Ottawa sucks in their own division right now. But
Vancouver's also had a lot of injuries too.
they were
Like
playing
on
with
the
5D at
defensive
one
end.
point. Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like on their defensive end, it's real tough.
but I wouldn't say like the division that still has the California teams in it.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Half our
That West
division is
division,
way better than everyone but 3 teams in that division.
right?
Like
Like
we are
yeah.
easily in the top 6 teams of that division if we take the entire division.
No, I completely agree that. Like that's exactly what I was going to say, and I just kind of kept hearing it that there was such a divide between like from the Maple Leafs and the Canadians to the Senators. Like the Senators and even the Oilers get a lot of heat now because they
I
don't
feel so
look
bad.
good.
I feel so bad for the Oilers, man.
Oh
Mikko
man, I
Koskinen
figured
has played
out,
every single game so far.
right, but he can't, and it's showing that he
There's
can't
nothing
save
they
anything.
can do. There's nothing they can do
He
is the
can't
problem.
stop anything, man. That
No.
shot on Matthews, like good placement by him, but how do you let that in? Like
Mikko
it's a cross
Mikko
crease
Koskinen is a great
bad
goalie
save.
if he only plays 50% of the games.
Mm.
Because he's not good enough to be a starting goalie in the league. But they had Mike Smith, and that was great. They had 2 of them. And if you're rolling that Mike Smith, Mikko Koskinen, it's not great, but it's good enough with that offense. Now
I
that they
think they were
only have
so
Koskinen, good
I
luck.
think that they were so set that they had like Holtby or one of the big goalies. I think they were kind of set that they were going to get one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they didn't go out and do anything to their goaltending in free agency. Like, if you look around, like, there were some potential names there. And, like, they went west.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they went to Calgary, they went to Vancouver, and you missed out on it. Like, Vancouver didn't even need to technically go out and get something, but they did.
Yeah.
How do you miss out on that? When you need something because you got the best player on the planet.
Yep.
You're wasting away because he's not able to stop every puck that gets shot that way.
No, and their defense is rough, and you need something behind that to stop it, and they just don't have it.
Tyson Berry doesn't help you on defense. Tyson Berry helps.
I love Tyson Berry's offense from the back end, but he's not that great defensively, and we knew that.
Right.
If they didn't know that, there's something wrong.
But they think maybe obviously the plan was different because Clefbaum was originally set to play and then gone, but you need to adjust for that then, and you need to be a better defender.
If your season is murdered by losing one D-man,
Right, and like
a problem with the makeup of your team.
The fall off as well from Tyler Ennis, like that was a gamble they took last year, worked out this year.
Not so much.
Like I think he got put on waivers.
Yeah, didn't get picked
so
up. Crazy.
Yeah.
Then they go out and they lose to the Leafs last night in a game that like Toronto had 7 penalties.
I know.
You got a capital chances, man. Like this is a power play that consists of 2 of the top 5 players in the NHL. You got to be doing better than 2 for 7.